Thumbs up. We're all good? Everybody ready? All good to go? All right. All right. Let's do it. Let's get started with this. Let's get the show on the road. Welcome, everyone. Pure Strength. I am Ron. We are going to do 2-day warming up. This is what this is right here. So get started on doing that. Then we're going to do some weights. Start with standing exercises. Then we'll go to floor exercises. And then we'll finish up with a little core on the floor as time permits. I got a whole lot of exercises for us to do in an hour, so we got to make sure we get through them all. But if we don't, we'll put them in the next week. Roll the shoulder blades back. Come on down in a squat. Arms right straight down. And up. Small, very shallow squat. Knees over the laces of the shoes. Shoulder blades back. And drive back up. Take it down. Stop right here. And then roll the shoulder blades back. Bring that chin up, driving the shoulders back. Feel the little curve in the lower part of the back. That's neutral. And bring it back up again. All right, going to go into a good morning. Take it down a little deeper. Roll the hands up, shoulders back. Squeeze them together. Feel the stretch through the arms, through the shoulders, through the chest. Back down. As you reach down, roll the shoulders toward the floor so you feel a stretch in the upper back. Roll the hips. And then bring the shoulder blades back as you come to the top. Little hyperextension there. Deep breath in. And exhale, taking it all back down again. We're going to come up at a diagonal. Get a little rotation in here. Turn the shoulders, not the hips. Roll it around. And bring it back down. Other side. It's not a V if we don't do both sides. Turn it. Make sure the hips aren't going with it. Just the shoulders. And back down one more time. See if you can get a little more rotation with it this time. A little deeper into it. Looking right straight on the horizon. Make sure you're not bringing the chin down to the chest. Last one. Up. And around. And I really have to engage these muscles to keep the hips forward. If I don't, they're going to turn with it. All right. Out to the side. Step. And back in. Out. And in slow motion. And in. Step. And back. Out. Pivot on the ball of the foot. Let's just do that. Get the knee pointed that way. This other leg pointed out. So all the rotation is in the hip joint. Just get a good feel for that. Whew. And back in. Other side. Out. Pivot the heel. And back. With that, let's do an arm up overhead. Rolling the shoulders. Getting that rotation in, getting the shoulders warmed up. We got to work that upper body, getting it warmed up to do the strength exercise before we throw resistance into those joints, into those muscles. Push, rotate the hand, get as much stretch as you can through the shoulder blade. One more time, up and around. Other hip stays forward. Last one, keep the spine in neutral so you can rotate without bending. And back. Same thing, right straight across. Out, turn the heel, push across, and bring it in other side. Down, out, and stretch. So we usually go through this fairly quickly. I really want us to practice getting that form down of heel out, other leg is straight, and then drive the hand out and rotate the arm. Other side, out, and around. I want you to feel this through the shoulder blade of that back or of that front arm as it drives across, but turn the forward shoulder, that back shoulder right there, get it back so you can feel the stretch through the front of the shoulders and the chest. Same thing, down, up, drive down into a hip hinge and back, other side. Turn, push, bring it in. Rotate the hips, drive that arm down. Again, rotate the shoulders, going in a different direction on those shoulders, getting something a little different. Making sure we got it all warmed up because we will be using the shoulders. They are such an integral part of every exercise. And shoulders are not that stable. So you really want to make sure they're ready for that as we go. All right, next one. Arms up, overhead, elbows back, shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then reach back up again. Bring it back. Shoulder blades back and out. We're going to do the same thing with a hip hinge. Feet wide, ankles over the hips. Push the butt out, roll the shoulder blades together, and then drive back up overhead. So down, butt back, feel the hamstrings stretching out. Get a little deeper if you can. And then rolling up through the glutes and back down. Do a couple more of those, if you would please. And then I will be right back. I'm right back. All right, one more. Down, squeeze it, and bring it back up again. We're going to go back into a reverse lunge. Step back and bring it up. So really, we're not really doing a lunge here. We're just doing a step back, weight shift between the legs, bring it back in the middle, out. Now that you got that down, stop on the ball of the foot on the back leg, come down the middle, knee stays over the ankle on the front leg, and then push through the heel of the front leg and step it up. So left foot back, hip rolls forward, drive through the heel of that right foot, and bring the left leg up. Other side, and up. Last one, down, and up. Step back, tap the toe. Back, and up. If you're comfortable with it, which I don't seem to be, if you're comfortable with it, knee up, back, and squeeze it out and up. Balance on that single leg while you're up there. Tighten up the core, roll the hip forward, and then back out. If not, just tap the toe. And back. And if you're going to tap the toe, bring it up off the floor. And then back. All right, other side. Stepping back. Tap. Back. Get the feel for this side now so you can balance on that opposite leg. Up. And now bring the heel up if you can, or foot up if you can. Squeeze it and bring it back. When you bring that knee up, you're also rolling the hip forward just a little bit, getting those lower abs involved, engaging them to bring that hip forward, down and up, back and up. Arms out to the side, butt back just a little bit. So sit into it, and we're going to roll just the shoulders, down and up, other side. And back, just this. That's all we're doing right now. Butt stays back. We don't go any deeper. It's just rolling the shoulders, keeping that shoulder girdle in a straight line. Other side, down and back up again. All right, we're going to go out to the side, shoulders to the floor, knee bends, knee stays over the ankle, arm out, get it up as high as you can, and back down, other side. Butt back, weight goes back into the heel, and bring it in. One more time each side. Roll it up. Don't let the torso twist. You want the stretch through the chest, through the shoulder, and through the arm. And up, other side. Don't let the torso twist. Be looking at the floor, right down there. And bring it back up. Again, that was our 10-minute warm-up. Water time. Over to the watering hole I go and get your weights. So there is quite a bit of upper body in this. There'll be some combos, but there will be a lot of upper body. So grab something that your shoulders can handle. Start out just a little march here as we get ready to go into the hard stuff, into the good stuff. This is what we're here for. This is what we're here for. Feet hip width apart. So shoulder width is a little wider. Hip width, bring them in just a little bit. They're not touching. Maybe half a foot between the two. 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Horse apiece. Horse apiece. Down in a squat, just like we did with the first warm-ups. Down and back up. That's all we're starting with, just to warm up. Got a little weight in there now. Take it down, roll, and push up. Okay, it's official now. We're doing it. Down. As you come down, really try to make sure, really important to get these quadriceps involved. Don't let yourself lay on the thighs. Bring that butt underneath as you're coming under, and then push right up through the heels. You're going to feel all kinds of engagement through those muscles in the front of the thighs that you don't get if you just lay on top and then bring it back up again. Down. Roll the hips underneath. It's an arc as you bring it up. 2 more. Down. Squeeze, bring it up. Don't bounce. Make sure that you're taking your time at the bottom. Full stop. Roll and push. Up. Like this we go. Palms forward. If this hurts your shoulder, palms in. Neutral grip like this takes some of the stress out of the shoulder. Coming back opens up the front, but it puts a little stretch on those muscles there. If that hurts, bring it in. Otherwise, palms out. You get a little more work through the upper back at the same time. We're going to go up as high as is comfortable for you. It doesn't have to be that high. Moving it, just moving it up is what you're working on, getting those shoulders to engage. We started up. Keep the shoulder blades back as you're doing this. Keep the weight just a little bit in front of the head, but the shoulder blades are back. And bring it down. Elbows are out to the side. Don't let the elbows come down. Don't rest them. No rest. We want to fatigue those muscles, breaking them down to build them back up again. And I always think of this song, Build Me Up, Buttercup. Down and up. One more time. Shoulder blades are back. Squeeze them together. Bring the weights up as high as you can go and back down. All right. That was the shoulders for this one. Next one we're going to do, single weight. One weight. I'm going to go a little heavier on this one. Goblet grip. So hands underneath on the handle of the weight, underneath the bell. We're going to do a goblet squat, which is toes forward, butt back, and come up. If you can, if you want to hold on to the handle instead, or you can do the goblet squat, come down. We're going to do a curl with it. So down, roll the hips, elbows pointing toward the floor, and up. Up to you. If you can't do it with a goblet grip, hold on to the handle and do it. Down and up. Or you can just do it without the curl. Up to you. Whatever your body's ready to do right now. Okay, let's do it. Butt back. Toes forward. It's a squat. It's a hip hinge. It's Superman. Back down. That's a plane. Down. It's a plane. It's a bird. It's a plane. That's it. Down. Roll the hips. Drive up. If you can. Down and up. Curl. Feel those muscles working in the front of the upper arms. Shoulder blades stay back. Elbows stay toward the floor. So down. And if you can, keep the elbows off of the torso. So you have to work those muscles just a little bit harder in the arms. A little more challenge. And back down. Up. Squeeze it. One more time. And roll. And bring it up. 2 weights. We're going overhead again. So go light. I should say this. You don't have to go light. Go with the weight that's appropriate for your shoulders. Palms in this time. I'm going to throw a couple of these together. We're going to do that squat we did on the first one. As we come up, we're going to go to a shoulder press. So it's a squat press. Squat first, butt back. Roll the hips, arms up. Again, you can do rotation if you want. So a really good one for this one is palms in, and then as you come up, roll the palms forward and back in. You get a little more muscle working here in the chest, in the shoulders, in the back. Those deltoids around the shoulder socket, getting just a little more challenge here. We're engaging more muscles. Down. But that may not be right for you. Bring it back down. We're halfway there. We're almost done. Well, halfway. That's almost. Back down. Hip underneath. Stop at the bottom. Push up. One more. Down. roll, and shoulder press. Whew. Bring that down. Set one weight down. We're back to a single weight. We're going to do a side lunge out to the side. So it's actually going to be a moving lunge. So there's a dynamic lunge, side lunge, which is coming out to the side and then coming back up again, out and up. Or there's the weight shift lateral lunge. Same thing, knee goes back. The thing is, all you do is shift your weight down into that side. So if that one works better for you, if not, if you're able to, step out and back in. Wondering why the weight's there, huh? Here we go. Out, side raise, and back in again. So this is a little more involvement of the core because you've got that weight out to the side, pushing up, and then bringing it down. So your core's got to work a little bit harder so that you don't lean out on the side of that weight. Staying on the one side, push, and we can start. Up, in, and down. If that doesn't work, holding the arm out. If that's too much, bring it in as you come in. Out and in. If you still find that's just a little more challenge than you're up for right now, bring it down and then come in. So it's out in that lateral lunge, butt back, arm up, arm down, and back in. 30 seconds in, 15 to go. Up and push. Try it each way. See what you can do. If you find yourself just unable to hold balance at all with that arm out to the side like that, don't do it when you're moving. And last one, bring it in. Other side. Remember, as you're doing this, the really important piece, just taking a little break here. Hold on. Down. As you go into that side step, butt goes right back, toes are forward. So what happens a lot on this one is foot goes out at a diagonal, and then you kind of move into it that way. Or knee goes out to the side, you kind of roll up on the side of the foot. Don't do that. It's up and out, solid base right here. Arm up, push, and in. All right, that was it. That was the start. Up and back in. Again, do the one that's right for you, but try not to let the weight bring you back and then step quickly. So single leg and then bring it in. Out, up, and down, and come in. Again, don't just step out and then let the weight bring you right back. Don't use it for momentum. And back down, out, up, and in. Shoulder blades are back on this. Up, shoulders square to the floor as well. There's all sorts of stuff going on here. Lots of movement. Up and in one more time. Step out, bring it up, and you're there. One more exercise, then we take a break. So we're going to do what we did in warm-ups, except we're going to have some weights with us this time. What we're going to do a reverse lunge, back, staying on the one side, to a high knee. This gets a lot more complicated, a lot more work in the core and the hips when you've got this added weight here. Up. Weight's going to want to take you forward, pull you off to the sides. Even harder, even more intense. Single weight on that side, and then come up. Because now it wants to pull you off the other one side, and you don't have the counterbalance on the other side. So it's up to you, however you want to do it. So there's some advantage to having two weights. It's a little more weight, but the weights help balance so the core doesn't have to work. So up, take your time with this. Don't go fast. Back and up. This isn't a cardio exercise. This is a strength exercise. Front leg, knee stays over the ankle all the way up and back. Everything is in that stationary leg, that stance leg, keeping the foot flat on the floor as you do this. And up, back. So I was starting to wobble a little bit, put my foot down, got my balance, and then brought the knee up. Back and up. All the work right here in that front leg. Hamstrings and glutes, that back side, because you're rolling underneath, lifting, holding. Last one. And up. Other side. Last one, then it's a break. I said last exercise. I didn't say that there were 2 of them. Shoulders back, chest out. So that stationary leg's the one going back this time. Now the other leg has to work. Back chain. Ready? Let's go. Up. First one's always the hardest. Getting used to that balance on the other side now. And back. Remember the stationary leg, stance leg, foot flat on the floor is the key to this one. Back. Everything stays in alignment. That also helps you stay upright. If the leg's going off to the side, you're never going to be able to hold your balance. If everything stays in alignment, up, it's so much easier, just like walking. Less chance of falling as long as everything's in alignment. Step back and up. Back. 10 seconds left. We can get 2 more in. Step it back, take your time, and bring it up. Last one. And roll it up. Set the weight down. If you'd like to. You can keep holding it if you want. But we're taking a break. I'm taking a break. I'm going to grab some water. That's better. You're going to need 2 weights for this next one. You got about 30 seconds left. No rush. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. You don't want to just stop and not do anything. Keep the muscles going. You've gotten warmed up. You want to keep them warm so that as we move into the next exercises, they're ready. First thing we're going to do is a plie squat. So on a plie, toes are out, knees follow, hands in between. Butt goes right straight back like you're sitting down in a chair. Knees stay over the ankles. Don't let them cave in. Let me show that from this way. Don't let them cave in. Keep them out there. Use the muscles on the outside of the hips. As you come up, curl it up. Hold and back down again. Keep those elbows pointed to the floor. So the first thing that happens is elbows want to come back by the torso. Don't let them. Hold them out front, and you're going to feel a lot more work in this. And back down. So elbows are actually, upper arms are away from the torso. We start. As you're doing this, making those biceps work harder to hold that arm out. Down. You can't just rest it against the torso. Plus, the weights are farther away from your body, so it's more work for the muscles to lift. Make sure you're squeezing those glutes, though, too. There's the lower body going on here, too. Roll the hips up. Squeeze glutes at the top. Use those inner thighs. Bring it up, forward, and down one more time. Take it down. Roll it up. And you're there. Single weight. Single weight again. Forward lunge. Out and back. Staying on one side. As you go out and forward, shoulder blades stay back. It's a forward raise. A little bend in the elbow. Coming back down and step back. Or out, up, push off, and come down. A lot more work in the core when you do that because the weight's out front and you have to hold the torso upright. So whichever way you want to do it, whichever is best for you, that's what you should do. Step out. Forward raise. Back leg does the work. Don't push off that front leg to get you back. You just lift. Back leg does the work. So you've got that bend in the knee on that back leg, and then you start doing a squat up on a single leg. Down, up, and bring it back. So what's going to happen, if you go too wide with this one, you have to push back, and that puts all sorts of pressure on that knee. The other thing is, it's not what we're trying to do. We want to get the glutes and the hamstrings of that back leg. Out, up, lift, and down. Last one. Bring it up, lift, and down. So if you're having problems with that, don't go out as far in that forward lunge. Just step out a little bit, and then step and bring it back. Give the muscles on that stationary leg a chance to build up. Then you can get a little farther, a little deeper with it. All right, here we go. The other side. Out, up, and back and down. Make sure you get a little bend in that elbow. If the weight is too heavy, you bend the elbow more. Out, keeping that weight closer to the body, and back down. Out, up, in, and down. So when you've got that elbow bent, weight is really close to the body, and you can start extending that elbow out, getting the weight a little more away, and you'll feel the difference in the shoulder, in the upper back. Up and back one more time. Out and back in and down. 2 weights. 2 weights. This one, it's a lot easier with 2 weights. It's over challenging when you only use one weight. We're going to do a heel raise. And if you've got all the weight on one side, this gets really hard to do. So the safer way to do this is with 2 weights, one on each side. We're just going to bring the heels up. What I want you to concentrate on, we're working the calf muscles on this, not the core. So we're coming up, ball of the foot to the heel, ball of the foot, inside to outside is where all the weight is. The toes are just there to keep you balanced, keep you from falling on your nose. So let's bring the heels up, keep the feet flat on the floor. You should feel the floor under the great toe as well as the little toe, and then back down again. Remember, the bulk of the weight is in the ball of the foot, as it should be when we walk. Up. Anytime we're using the feet, we should really be concentrating on not going into the weight into the toes, because that goes right into the front of that knee through the meniscus. And back down. Bring it up. Hold up there for a couple counts if you can. You feel all the muscles working to keep you balanced while you're up there. Up. Come as high as is comfortable for you. And back down. 2 more. Underneath, right straight up. Don't lean forward, unless your body just goes there. Up. If it does, like mine did, then the toes grip to bring you back up standing. And back down again. Next. Triceps. We've done the biceps. Let's do the triceps. We're going to step back into a stagger. This one, try to get down just a little deeper. Narrow row, elbows back, extend at the elbows, bring it back in and up, alternating legs, back, elbows back, extend, in, and forward. Okay, got it? Here we go. Alternating legs. Step back, shoulder blades back. Keep that spine straight. And up. I forgot to do the triceps. Kick back. Let's do that again. Back, out, in, and forward. Right here, as the weights go forward, is where you want to be careful that you don't let the shoulders follow them out and reach like that. You can't straighten those arms out as you do that forward push if the shoulder blades are back. That's how it should be. Out, back, kick back, in, and back out. Step, elbows back. Feel the shoulder blades working to hold the shoulder blades back through the entire thing. Keep the back straight, up, out, in, to the front, step back. Squeeze it one more time on the other side. Even it out, right and left, out, in, and down. Should feel it. Upper back, back of the upper arms. Whew. Next, we're going to go down into, we're not going to go down into anything. It's a heel raise, up and back down. Quicker this time, though. Just up and back down. Lift the leg and bring it back in, alternating. Up, down, out, and in. So it's a combo exercise, coming up and down, and then weight forward, catching yourself, and then going right back up overhead or over the heels, and going back out again. So we're working the core multiple directions. You ready? Up, down, out, and in. Heels up, heels down. Bring it up. You're still controlling, even though you're not staying up on the balls of the feet for a long time. You're still controlling that movement in both of these. Up, down, out, and in, up, down. One more each side. Heels up, heels down, foot up, and down. Last one, bring it up. Take it slow back down, lift that leg, hold for a count, and bring it back down again. Next one, 2 weights. Let's hold for a second here, get your breath back, move around just a little bit. We're going back up top, getting back into the shoulders. So this one can be done with 1 or 2 weights. You can use 2 weights, palms together, holding the weights side by side. So I'm going to just show it. I got 2 weights here. You can go like this, having the weights touching each other. What we're going to do is go up overhead, down and back, up, and come down. So this one's a little harder. If you go to a single weight, it makes it a little easier. The hands are now in alignment with the shoulders if you hold the bells. So you're coming up overhead, drop, back up, and then come down. So up to you, 1 weight or 2, 1 lump or 2. We're going to do overhead, shoulder press, triceps extension, back up and down. That was the first one. Keep it up, up, elbows as close to pointing to the ceiling as you can get them. But your shoulders may not be ready for this. You may only come up a little bit and then bring it behind the head. That's fine. If that's where your shoulders are right now, that's where they are. Up. Everybody's different every day. And down. Never try to push yourself to do today what you might have been able to do yesterday. Because you just may not be there today. Down. But you will live to lift another day. As long as you don't hurt those joints. Take it easy and you don't lose 6 weeks because of a joint injury. Down. Push up. Drop back. Overhead. Last one. Down. Up. Behind the back. And up. Whew. All right. One more, then you get a break. Promise. Promises. This one, you're not going to have to do 2 exercises for the one. It's just one. So we're going to start out with is narrow set. When I say narrow set, hip width apart, we're going to go down into a hip hinge. So usually we go wide with this one. Bring it in a little bit more. This is going to involve the core more because you don't have as wide of a base to stabilize you. It's down and up. The second time you go down, we're going to go into a reverse fly. So it's shoulder blades back, squeeze them together, bring the hands back in, and come up. So the first one's just a deadlift, down and up. Then the second one, butt back, knee stays over the ankles, shoulder blades, squeeze them together, down and up. So try to avoid doing this with the elbows. Elbows are crooked, but elbows don't hinge. Out, in, and push it up. 10 seconds, 2 more. Squeeze, in, and up. Butt back. Bring it up this time. Reverse fly. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bring it in. And you're good. You can set those down for right now. Have yourself a drink of water. We're going to do a couple more exercises before we go to the floor. A couple more muscle groups I want to hit. Again, keep moving. Make sure you get hydrated. But keep the joints fluid here. You've got them warmed up. You got the fluid in them. We're going to do 1 weight on this one. So you don't want to lose that. You don't want them to cool off. What you do is take some deep breaths, get the heart rate down a little bit. It might be a little higher after you've done all these exercises. A lot of movement in here. we're going to do is, with this one, weight right here at the chest. Shoulder blades are back. Knee up. Rotate around, in and down. So bring that leg up. Doesn't have to come up very high. Just bounce on the single leg. Rotate using these obliques to make that rotation and back down. Hip flexors, lower abs, lifting that leg. Those things. Obliques, doing the rotation. Those are obliques. Up and around. Okay. You guys ready? Get a break. Let's go. Up. Alternating side. Squeeze and back. This is a really small move. When those shoulders come around, they don't go very far. You tighten up that core. You exhale. You're going to feel those muscles engage. And back in. Up. Squeeze it. Exhale. And feel a little snap there at the end. And back in. Make sure. Push on that weight so that the shoulders stay in a straight line. Around. And back. You take your time on that single leg as much as you can. And back in. Don't let the hips roll. So what the hips are going to want to do is go the other direction. Keep them straight. And back down. It's a lot more intense. And down. It's a lot safer for the back. And around 5 seconds. One more each side. Up. Rotate. Bring it back in. Other one. Up. Around. And back down. 2 weights. 2 weights this time. Last set we're going to do, then we'll go to the floor. Stagger step. 1 foot out in front of the other. Feet pointed forward, both. Make sure that they're parallel. Don't let that back foot slide out. We're going to go into a hip hinge. So just right there first. Down. Pushing through that front heel to bring you back up. Squeeze the glutes. Push the hips forward. So down, making sure you're keeping that back straight as you go down. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. Knee stays over the ankle. This is how you should bend, lift to pick stuff up. Anytime you're going down to the floor to pick something, you should always have that straight back and use the front leg to push you back up again. Quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. Big muscles. Down and up. We're going to throw a curl into that. So it is, as you go down, curl. As you come up, let the arms go back down again. So getting those bicep muscles at the same time that we're working the hamstrings and glutes of that front leg. Up in that curl, we're starting. So it's really important on this one that you keep those shoulder blades back as you do this, because the weight's going out front and pushing back up. Don't let yourself twist. Up and back down again. So again, all of these exercises, upper and lower body, have required the core to work a lot harder than if we were just doing a single exercise. And back up. Putting upper and lower body together makes that core really have to work to keep you stable. And back one more time. Down and up. To the other leg we go. Parity. Parity. Here we go. Here we go, gathering up some back. Going down and pushing up. When I said the word parity, it made me think of that joke. What's a polygon? A dead parrot. Up. Polygon. Got it? Okay. Let's do it. Front leg. Knee stays over the ankle. Do the curl. And then push through that heel on the front leg, using the glutes and the hamstrings to kick that hip up, or forward, I should say. Down and up. Feet should be parallel. I felt mine weren't. And back up. Again, small moves. You don't have to do a lot here. You don't have to go down very deep. It's taking your time, keeping those muscles contracted as long as possible. Down and up one more time. Take it down and back up. Take your weights to the floor with you when you go down there, which is where we're going now. Down on the floor. Grab the mat that has the most contrast with your shirt. so you can be seen. Oh, wait, that's just me. And down we go on our backs. And just be comfortable down here. Couple deep breaths, arms out to the side. Just let yourself relax for a second. Deep breath in, exhale. Bring the knees up. Tuck, use the hands to help. Roll the knees in, thighs toward the torso. Lengthen out that spine. Deep breath in and exhale. And bring it down. Arms way up overhead. Stretch them out. Take those shoulders. Reach as high as you can. Back of the hands against the floor. And then just bring them up over the top. And down on the sides. Open book right there. Hands on the sides. Grab your weights. We're ready. We're ready to do this thing. 2 of them. 2 weights. Starting out with the chest press. So a reminder, you always want that lower back down on the floor. So squeeze those lower abs. Keep the spine extended. And if you can, lengthen out the legs as well. Makes those lower abs have to work just a little harder. What we're going to do is a rotation. So coming down, palms will face each other. And then as you go up, you're going to rotate the shoulders and hands are apart. When you finish, hands should be right over the shoulders and back down. So you should have alignment there. Don't bring them into the middle. Keep elbows out. So in, roll the elbows out, push up. And then when you get to the top, roll those shoulders as high as you can toward the ceiling and then bring them back down again. So we're using those muscles on the outside of the chest to do that little extra pull at the end and then back down. If that rotation hurts, just do it one way, either facing or out, whichever one's comfortable for you. If you're ready, let's go. Lower back's on the floor, squeeze, and bring it back down. So this whole time, wrist, elbow, and shoulders are always aligned. Up. So at the very top, you're not locking out the elbow, but almost. And then back down. Now you've got wrist, elbow, and shoulder. Roll out. Wrist right over the shoulders. And back down. 15 seconds left. Up. Roll the shoulders up. And bring it back down. 1 more. Nope. 2 more. Up. Make sure you're getting those muscles on the outer side of the chest, those pec minors, to do that last little lift. And bring it back down. Again. Pullovers. Lots of options here. Whatever's right for your shoulders. 1 weight or 2, 1 in each hand. If you're using 2, either palms facing each other or palms facing your feet, try them all. Start out with both arms or a weight in each arm. Bring them down, palms facing up with that overhand grip. And then back up. Then turn the palms in and try it that way in the neutral grip, bringing it down. Remember, you want those shoulder blades to come down as you lift. This exercise is for the outside of the upper back. And then if you're having problems with that, then you can go to a single weight. So here we go. Down. Try them all. Find the one that's right for you today. And up. The key here is that whatever you're doing, make sure you can feel it outside the shoulder blades in the upper half of the back. Those lats. Down. Lower back's on the floor. Roll the shoulder blades down toward the hips. And bring it up. Take your time. I find palms in neutral grip is a little bit harder than if I have that overhand grip. I'm not sure why. I don't think it's supposed to be that way. And up. Bring it down. Don't touch the floor. Back up. Stop at the top. Last one. Down. And up. We're good. Next one. Skull crushers. 1 lump or 2. 1 weight or 2. It's up to you. We've used the triceps quite a bit. So we're going to take the weight, keeping the elbows pointed toward the ceiling. Elbows are right over the shoulders, and then back up again. So what you don't want to have happen is those elbows flare out to the side as you do this and coming down and over the top. You want to use just the triceps in the back of the upper arms, keeping the elbows pointed toward the ceiling, right over the shoulders, and back up again. And when you do that, you're going to feel it in the back of the upper arms. Ready, down, and back up. Again, if you're not finding enough work out of just the one weight, you can go to 2. If I work at keeping those elbows in exactly like they're supposed to be, just using the single weight like this, even a light one, I can still feel those muscles really tighten up. Down and up. You work so hard to keep those elbows in because they want to flare out. You work those chest muscles, the inner arms, to hold them in. 2 more times. Down and up. Last one. Don't let the arms go all the way down. Keep those muscles tight in the back of the upper arms, those triceps. And to the top. We're getting through these. What are we doing next? Get out of the way. We're going penguins. Weights down. Feet up on the floor, knees toward the ceiling in a crook position. Arms out to the side. Roll them. We're going to come in. You have to move. They can't see. You have to move. Around. Squeeze. And back up again. Other side. And back to center. So really important on this one is if you're having any pain in the neck when you do this, just come around to the side. Bring your head up off the floor just a little bit as you come around and then back up. Or the other thing you do is put your hands behind your head as you do this and keep the shoulders, elbows down toward the floor, and then go side to side and squeeze. But you can kind of balance your head, rest it in the fingers intertwined behind the head. Just don't push up on the back of the neck. So up to you. If you have the arms out to the side, you're going to get more use out of the upper abs as you do this. Squeeze and back, around and up. Exhale, stay in the side, squeeze it. Don't come out until you can feel those muscles working between the hips and the rib cage. Down, tight, and back. Again, exhale, really force the air out by tightening up those core muscles. And back down. And up. One more time each side. One to the left, one to the right. And you're there. Grab one weight, just one. Hand is going to go up over the shoulder, palm, overhand grip with the palm facing the feet. You're going to bring the weight down. Elbow stays pointed up towards the ceiling, down, and back up again. The only thing that moves is that elbow as you come down, but you want to keep it right over the shoulder. So you may have to use that other hand to hold it there, but if you can, try to use the muscles. It works the upper shoulder, chest, front of the shoulder as you go down and back up. Keep the wrist straight the whole time you do this. Don't let it twist. Don't let it flap off to the side, using that weight for momentum. So it's down and up. You should feel this front and back of the arm. It's a curl. It's a triceps kickback, but it's also a good forearm grip exercise, as well as chest and shoulders. And it's holding that elbow right up over the shoulder, pointed towards the ceiling where you get all those extra muscles involved. It's keeping it from moving. Hinging only at the elbow. Down and back up one more time. Take it down and back up. I swear the cat knows that I'm going to have one hand free. Every time we get on the floor, he's looking for the hands. All right, other side. Tap and back up. Wrist is straight. Coming down. Tap the shoulder. Elbow stays right above the other shoulder and down. Tap and up. When you get to the top, don't lock the elbow up, but squeeze those muscles tight so you can really feel those muscles tense up in the back of the upper arm, those triceps. Up, down. Such a good shoulder exercise at the same time. There's so many muscles involved in this one. First time I found this, I really liked this exercise. Down and up. I always use a really light weight for this though, because it does work all the muscle groups so hard. Down and up. 2 more. Core is also working so that you don't twist as you do this. Bring it back up overhead and weight down. We're going to stretch. We're going to stretch. Put the weights away. That was the pure strength session. This is the pure stretch session. Hands up over the shoulders, right straight up. Little bend in the elbows, bring them down on the sides. Arms are perpendicular to the torso. Make sure the shoulder blades are on the floor. Picking up just the right arm, letting the left arm stay on the floor. Reach across, so bring it up, arc it over the chest, and bring it to the other side. Keeping a little bend in that elbow. Take it as far as it can go, and then take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale. And if you feel that shoulder drop, I get a couple inches out of it. And now bring that arm back up again. Drop the right arm out to the right side. We're going to come across with the left arm this time. Bring it up. Again, a little bend in that elbow. Cross right across the chest, right straight in alignment with that other arm. Deep breath in and exhale. Feel the additional stretch you get in the back, in the shoulder blades. Bring it back up. And drop it down, arms back up over the shoulders. Same thing, front to back. So just let the arms drop. Roll those shoulder blades down so you feel this great stretch underneath the shoulder, through the upper arm. Deep breath in, exhale, roll the shoulder blades down. Don't work hard. Just feel those muscles activating just a little bit, and then drop them all the way down so the palms are against the floor. Let them sit there for a second. Back up over the top. Get those shoulder blades down. Control the drop. Don't let them just fall to the ground, but take it easy with them. We're going to do snow angel, so we're going to come out to the sides this time. Palms facing the feet. Little bend in the elbows. Sweep the arms down the sides, and then bring them back up again. Getting those shoulders in all directions. And back up. We're going to go to seated. So coming up. So a good way to do that is bring the feet up, knees in the air, grab onto the backs of the thighs, and use that. Use the legs going down to pull you up. That way you keep the keep the back, shoulder blades back, and just do the weight shift using the legs. Arms back, both hands behind, roll the shoulders back, stretching out the front of the chest. Deep breath in and exhale. We're going to do one rotation. Well, we're going to do one on each side. Hand to the outside of the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Chin is up, looking right in front. Roll that neck around just a little bit more. Still looking right straight out in front of you. And back on the horizon, I should say. Left knee up, right arm on the outside. Find your neutral first, get the shoulder blades back. And then chin follows chest around. Back shoulder rotates. And then roll those shoulder blades back one more time. Turn the neck. And bring it back to center. Up we go. Coming over on all fours. Bring one foot up, pushing off that thigh to get yourself up. Using the upper body and lower body together. And you're keeping the back straight the entire time you do that. And that's one really nice thing of when you do the kneeling to standing with both hands, is it rolls those shoulders back so you're not tempted to do this thing where you're trying to get up and use the head to bring you up. All right, I'm going to get my weights out of the way. It's bad enough there's a cat here. All right, you ready? Arm across the front, back of the hand to back of the hand. Shoulders roll around. I really want to get that upper back, chest, and the shoulders stretched out. Bring it back. Other side, same thing. Roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders around. And back to center. Up over the top. Feet apart. Pivot off that back foot. Roll the shoulder up. And bring it back down. Rotate that hand. Feel the stretch go all the way down, up the arm. Feel the stretch go from the shoulder to the wrist. There we go. It doesn't matter if it's going up or down. And back, other side. Reach that shoulder up, roll it up, other side around. Push up, back down. Fingers intertwined. Palms away, up overhead. If you can't get the palms facing away from you, get as much as you can. Roll them out as much as possible. So what you don't want is, if you have to, palms down is fine, but see if you can get just any rotation through the hands at all. You're going to feel a much better stretch through the arms if you can do that. Plus you get the fingers and the wrists involved as well with a good stretch. Deep breath in, exhale as you bring the arms down. Right chest level, roll the shoulder blades down and then chin to chest. Roll it to the front, giving yourself that little concave bowl there in the front. Back in, right straight down. Shoulder blades are back. Push the hands through. And shake that out. Hand up over the top. Go to diagonal, reach. Kick the hip out just a little bit as you reach across. Stretch you go through the hip, through the obliques, all the way to the fingertips. And bring it back again. Use the arm to help you. Other side up, hip out, reaching up at a diagonal. Stretch it out. Arm goes out to the side to help bring you back up again so you don't use that lower back. And down. Little shoulder rotations back. Up on the way up, down on the way down. Really important here. Up and down. Feel a great stretch that comes from that. Opposite direction going forward. Keep the shoulder blades back as you do this. And shake that out. Cross body, butt out. Reach as far as you can across. Feel the great stretch through the upper back. Feels so good. Then you come up overhead, bringing the shoulder blades back. Hands go just a little bit behind the head. Hyperextend. Deep breath in so you get those shoulders back. Push the stomach out. Exhale coming down. Other arm in front. Last one. Reach across as far as you can. Roll, push up, deep breath in, stomach out, arms down. Thank you everyone for being here. As always, I appreciate it so much. And I will see you in the next class, either tomorrow or next week, whichever. Thank you. Mary, you're back. You're welcome. Thank you. You bet. Thank you, Karen. I will. You too. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I sat in on Tracy's classes when I first started. I really liked them. I got a lot out of them. Yeah, we do things different, but we do some the same too. So, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yep. I love Zoom. I love Zoom. I was so surprised. When I moved and MSCR asked me if I wanted to keep doing my classes, and it's like, absolutely, I want to keep doing them. It was. I was really happy that they made that offer to me. I just didn't think that would be. Yep. Thank you. How do I get out of here?